Hello, it's Jeb Fuller here in Vegas, and a lot of people take a gamble with their real estate investing career. And a lot of people ask me, what do I think of Pace Morby and how they should go about in taking his Subject to class. And in that class, he says you take these mortgages subject to the existing mortgage. Well, if you read the contract any borrower signs when they sign a mortgage, they're liable for it and they can't have somebody else assume that mortgage. That's not legal. So ask him how he can do that. And if the response is, well, I've not seen it enforced, well, that's not correct. It is enforced by some lenders. And another thing, if he's charging you money to learn this process, ask him if you can take his course subject to you closing on a deal and making some money, because that's the only way you should do it. If subject to is good investing practice, then taking his class should be subject to you making a deal and making some money. You know, I was trained by Pace as a real estate professional, but it was Pace University in Manhattan, New York City, where it's got the toughest real estate markets in the country. I'm a decade upon decade upon decade professional real estate investor. And I can tell you, subject to is subject bull. So if you're considering Pace Morby as a mentor for real estate investing, another thing I would ask him is show me the money. Show me your deals. Show me the HUD statements.
Show me.
Recent ones, number of them, a large number of them. If this is such a great investment avenue, then you must have, I think you brag that you have hundreds and hundreds of closings on these subject to. Well, the HUD statements are only a piece of paper that easy PDF. Show us the proof, not just one, two, three sprinkled everywhere. You must have a stack of them a foot high on your desk by the claims you make. So show me the HUD statements. I want to see the money. I want to see where what you teach is in practice and is actually making money. That's two simple suggestions. One, let me take your course subject to. If I'm buying subject to, one should match the other. If this works so well, then why don't you let everybody take your class subject to them making some money? The second thing is show us where this works. You must have lists of hundreds and hundreds of properties that were bought subject to. Show us those HUD statements. Show us those deeds where there was an actual transfer of some type in the mortgage, in the note, in the contract, the land contract. What do you have? Is it just that somebody that you taught is now paying somebody else's mortgage? Show us the complete process on the ones that have been done. The last thing I'd like to say that's been promotion is like either sort of like share housing or Airbnb. Have you read the articles recently, like in DC and Georgia, even Georgia, where it's a landlord friendly state, where somebody moves in like over the weekend at Airbnb and they don't move out? They claim they have rights to be there, that they're occupying the property in a peaceful manner to take the property. So are you really going to practice doing daily rentals when there's actually people out there doing property stalking where they wait until they can get into the property and refuse to leave? And because the legal process takes so long and is so expensive, you now have a property owner that spends thousands and thousands of dollars to get a friendly occupant out of the space. These aren't just people that tenants are holding over their lease period. These are actual people that rent for a couple days in either a short-term rental situation or Some of them have just moved into houses that were being offered for sale by realtors, cut the lockbox off, moved in, and claimed that they are friendly, non-hostile occupants of the property and they have rights. And the people call the cops, and the cops come and say, this is a civil matter. This is not a criminal matter. You have to go through the civil process in order to get these people out of your property. Think about how much you're going to make in a 3-day rental versus how much you're going to spend in a lengthy legal battle getting somebody that didn't pay you any security deposit or a couple $100 security deposit just to be in your building for a couple of days or a weekend and they refuse to move. Or worse yet, somebody that's just comes in when your property's vacant, offered for sale even in some cases. So these short-term rentals often end up being properties with a short fuse because you got periodic occupancy, often long-term vacancy due to seasonal competition, changes in the law where the municipality says you can't do short-term rentals anymore. So the old tried and true methods of real estate investment that I was taught 40 something years ago are still the best ones today. And even subject to, that was predominant in the 1970s when a lot of mortgages were simply assumable. It was common for a 30-year mortgage to be assumable by the next purchaser, not just FHA, a lot of mortgages. So, show me the docs, show me the success in all these properties that have been transferred. Let me take your course subject to. There's so many things people are not asking that should be when they hear Pace talk. Again, I was taught by Pace, but Pace University. And I have a bachelor's degree in real estate from Pace University. And I know the ins and outs of real estate investing in every aspect. And these are not the way to go if you're a beginner.